what do we do when we're going through a delay? By virtue of the way God has created us, He has created seasons and He's created times. So there's the concept of there's a seed time, there's a waiting time that in some cases might seem like this is a delay, and then there's a harvest time. There is a natural process where you have to wait, and waiting and patience is actually a fruit of the Spirit. And so in life, you have to go through periods where you need to wait. There's something about waiting. There's something about waiting that builds you, that builds us up. You value all the more when you get it. You're not likely to just toss it around because you know what it costs you to get that thing. So there is that natural process where you have to wait, and it's not considered delay. But then again, there is the artificial delay, as I will call it, right? Is oftentimes we're not delayed. What it is we're comparing ourselves with one another, and that is always a recipe for disaster, because your pathway is not your neighbor's pathway. Your purpose, what you need to accomplish in and with your life is different from what your neighbor needs to accomplish in and with their own lives. So when we start to get on social media, for example, and start to compare our lives with somebody else's life, and then we start to wonder, why are they further ahead, or why are they able to do all these things and I cannot do it? You have to just pause for a little bit and reflect on that thought process. You start to question who God has made you to be, and you start to judge yourself and weigh yourself against another standard, which is against another person. Their upbringing, their experiences, what they're about is totally different from what you're about. The Bible says when you compare yourselves one to another, you're not wise. When you really fundamentally know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, my dear, you're going to celebrate somebody else, because celebrating them is celebrating God. And looking at their progress, celebrating it genuinely, and not for once comparing it back to yourself and feeling like you're not where you need to be or you're delayed. Fundamentally, when you know who you are, you're not going to feel that way. You're going to celebrate others truly, genuinely, happily, and joyfully. And you're also going to focus on your journey. You're going to focus on who God has made you to be.